Good afternoon or good evening, guys. It's a 4:51 p.m. Today is a FOMC day, and Powell was talking after 2:30. After the FOMC release at 2 p.m. It's November 2nd. Today is Wednesday, right? So today I didn't write a lot because whatever I write, any bias doesn't matter. It's all driven by emotions today, right? So from other people, so price can go up and down depending on how Powell talks, right? So it's a game of hunting levels today. That is all I can say, right? So general idea is above hunting level, buyers are active, below sellers are active. It is that simple statement. Then we do not want to keep any bias in mind per se, but we will just go with the price depending on how it treats our aggressive preferred buyers and sellers area, right? So no bias going into the day. We'll watch the price around our levels, and then general idea is above hunting buyers, below hunting sellers, right? So with that in mind, let's go into today's price action, right? Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's start with here, right? Let's start with ES first. So ES open, right at around was it? Yes, around the lows of yesterday, right? So either is going to hold the lows, right, or price will slice through and go higher. Two options only, because it was opening at yesterday's low. Internals were 516 or so, right? So there was a minor bearish disconnect, So opening short was here, there was a short here, right of the open. Where was it open? Hold on. Yes, right here, right here at this point, right before open, you can see it, right at the open. There was a breakdown, right, of these things. So short was here, right? Your stop has to be up here, and then you have to watch, right? So when price was keep poking here, right, that's where you take a short here. Now you can hold it, but NQ was not moving down fast. NQ was like trying to hold above this 294 area, right? So what we discuss is you can take a profit, maybe 6, 7, 10 points, or you can hold it and respect your stop loss, whatever it's here, and if you get stopped out, right, or you target this preferred low, kind of. So I bailed out, right here with few points, 5, 6 points, NQ also I did some scalping here, below 294, basically around that area. I played it longs and short, both things, but I did a scalping. I was watching whether price really moves faster, right, because it was FOMC. So we just talk, right, didn't do a lot of trading, right? Then price went down like this, right? So finally 294 was the key here, right? So when price went up here and then sliced down, right, then 200 was most likely this area that I gave you in Discord, that 200 it wants to go, and ES at the end 70, 84, 77 or 37, 36, that's where it wants to go, or 28, 29, right? So here so that was the only trade in ES at the time, and then NQ there was no trade because it was ping ponging. All you can do is scalping the way I did it, right? But it was like minor scalping here. But when it went down like this, then come back up, right here you can rely on this 294 area and then short, but it's a different arrow because price was like chopping around a lot, right? And if you look at internals, they were holding it. See my point? So that was the idea. The AD was like holding it. It was not moving down, so something was off. That's why it's a different arrow, but by the time, if you look at ES 1048, right, where was ES? ES was right, into below, still below 52, right? So we know overall ES is stronger for buyers than NQ. So if you're taking short in NQ here, you want to make sure that ES is still holding below yesterday's low, which was the case here, right? And it was exchange area also. So based on that fact, you can take this short, and then you can target lower. When 233 reached, right, and then price was doing this, you bail out. You don't have to wait for 200, right? When price reached 200, I said wait and watch, don't do anything, because that was the area I gave you earlier that it wants to go towards there. Now I said watch, then you can see this bounce, right? So here I said I think 215 or something, somewhere I gave 215 also in NQ to watch, but anyway, now I forgot. But now after 12 there is no trade, we are just watching the price, right? And then look at this 200 and preferred buyers area, they both bounce, right? And then I think 39, yes, so 39, that was the scalping long, I took it right here, first test, and then NQ215, which was right around here, right before it here, right before this move, right? And then I bailed out with few points, right? That was just a scalping, I just wanted to see whether 39 holds it here and NQ215. So I gave you that levels when price was here, if it pulls back, right? And it held it. So I was just saying, observe what buyers does here. If price bounce it, it's going to go to 240, I think 250, the next level I gave, right? So it went to 250 also, right? And ES I said 41, which is it did here, right? Then we have to just wait for FOMC, and then we are not supposed to trade until 240 or so, because Powell is scheduled to talk between 230 to 245 or so, right? So we have to just watch. Then this thing happened right at the news time, right? The upward spikes. But here I said wait for 5 minutes and see whether it goes higher, right? Otherwise there is no point, it can come down, because before Powell start talking, it is unlikely that price will move, but if it breaks out, then either we'll go with the flow or we wait for pullback, then go long, right? So here I took a minor scalping short also from here to here, but that doesn't matter, that was not like the trade to discuss here, right? But then I explained in Discord why I took this trade. So but then the idea was, if this things goes higher like this, right, there were 5 or 6 points that we discussed in Discord that was favoring buyers, So right at this time Powell started talking, right, and then price went higher like this, see here, right? So price went higher like this, in NQ also like this, right? So it looks like it was breaking out, right? But if you take, so I also said that you can take a long here, but you have to manage it properly, you can't just put a stop here, right? Like 1 or 2 point stop, because once during the news time, when it goes, you can't wait, like put a larger stop. So I didn't take anything here, I was just waiting for 5 minutes to do something, because if price wants to go higher, 5-minute candle will go higher, like this, the little pullback in a smaller time frame, I can get in and target this, right? But really there was no 5-minute close above this area, see that, right? I was watching, right? But whoever took it based on 1 minute, it was a firm close here, but then immediately shut down, right? Stop you out, price went down like this. See, this was the sign, these guys are trapped now, right? Now sell off may come, but then we can't do anything until price goes below this low, this, because technically buyers are still there and they can defend here, right? So which was this low, basically this line which I drew it, right? So then price came down all the way here, it was supposed to go down, but the damn thing back up, right? At this point I was thinking now sellers had a chance, they blew it apart, price went all the way up to here, now it should go higher, but then I said, what, it has to take out 84. If it goes above 84, I will go long. If it goes below this low, I will go short. But price did not go above 84. See, it did go above 84, by even 4 points. But look at the 5 minutes. See that? It never closed. And look at this, even 1 minute. It never closed above 84. See that? So this was, I even discussed to short here, right? But then it was too risky, right? Because it's in the balance, but the idea was it needs to hold below 84 for sellers. If it's buyer, they have to take it out, So but then price didn't do anything, it got rejection, right? But then now you can't do anything. Now then this move happened, right? This was the move to take it. So the moment it went below this, I immediately shorted right here, so I forgot to put short here, right? So this is where I said, as I promised earlier, right, that if it goes below I would short, or 84 above I would go long. So this was my short, right, with the flow. Now I was targeting this area actually, right? But I knew this 20 area, which you guys already know, whoever is in Discord, that 20 is very powerful area, right? So as usual, it came down, sliced through it, 5-minute close right here. See that? So I gave up my half of the contract right here. I took a profit. At the same time, NQ also I shorted it. I took a profit right here with the ES. Rest I put it break even, expecting price will not come all the way back up here. And the damn thing did, because I knew the 20 is powerful. It may come, but still I became greedy. I held it, and then I got stopped out for the remaining, right? Then I stopped trading even. I said I don't want to trade it now because price is now it's screwed up, right? So I was about to close, but then I saw this pause, and then basically I saw this, this yesterday's low, holding it, right? So now I was thinking I was about to close it because I didn't want to trade, but then I thought, okay, let's see. And then what happens? It just slices through this. See, remember, if you look at this very carefully here, so there was your trade right there, See, look at it here. See that? The way it was going up, holding all this thing. So look at it. It went above this line, held this support, right? Went above this line, turned into support. Went above this line, turned this into support, right? So it was slowly going up, 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 correct? So now let me draw this line also, one more line. So I was observing all this thing, right? So, and then it went above this line also. See this news driven low, right? 2 times it went higher, right? So it held it 2 times, and now it broke through it. So now here buyers are trapped basically. So here when it went above it, that's why I gave up. I said, you know what, sellers are supposed to defend here, and that's where I got stopped out right here, right? Then it went up, came down, sliced through this level again, and look at this minor pause here. See that? It held this area, then it went down. So now I was about to close. I got excited here. I said, you know what, let me see whether it goes below this now. And it did. The moment it did like this, I shorted it right there. NQ I didn't bother at that time, but ES I did shorted it. Now because I was looking for this area as a profit, 87 or 84.79. So that's where I shorted it. But if you guys want to short it later on, this was the time, when it sliced through this level, that's where you short. NQ you can short right here. And then because we already discussed these things, right? Before I even stop trading right here, we discussed that regardless whatever they do, it should come back down and make a new low, at least this back to come here. That is what we clearly discussed it. So, and I knew most likely they will do it towards the end, after 3 p.m. So the moment I saw this, that idea clicks. That's why I took the short. I took a profit somewhere here, So I was only looking for, even though I was looking for this, I didn't become greedy. See, first time I become greedy and I paid the price, right? I had to give up on that 50%. So all I did was I put that remaining 50%, right? And I covered my profit. So whatever I was supposed to get here, I got it here. That's it, and that was the end of the day, right? So now we know that sellers are in control, right? So what is going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow you want to see what? Price holding it below certain areas, right? So I will put it in Discord or tonight, or at least we already discussed in Discord, right, that I put it what I want to see it. So but anyway, in the morning, after seeing the overnight price action, I will revise it, right? But in general, I want price to hold below this area, so whoever is listening to YouTube, basically this area for ES, right? That is what I want to see, at least in the overnight, and probably tomorrow also, So let's see how it goes. That be all for today.